Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And to get this boat moving, since it has the Triforce on it, we play the typical Zelda's Lullaby. No, I'm not gonna do that. Do 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 do. I can do that. I'm not sure what that we'll just call it dark mist is that holds up the boat. It won't hold us up if we try to jump in it. So I'm guessing it's the souls of all of the lives Dr. Novocaine lost playing Mega Man and Mario games. They all come to the Shadow Temple, and it's time to duel. So Stalfos ambushes us, a second one ambushes us. These are the kind that will disappear. You can also knock them off the boat, which is kind of funny. And I kind of tried to do that. I thought I was going to get the opportunity to, and turns out that doesn't work. So yeah. They're just kind of meant to distract you from what happens up here, although Navi does do something useful and alert us that the boat is going to fall or sink, because it's going to crash into the end there, and it shakes and tries to take you down with it. And once again, we're at a split path, and you guys know how I've been doing with these so far, but I do notice that there's a key over there, and I don't have a key. But before that, this is kind of a neat thing. Remember in the Dodongo's Cavern where we had like a bomb chain? Well, we kind of repeat that here, except we use an arrow to trigger it, and then that knocks the statue over, and well, there you go. Yep, that dark mist will not support live things for very obvious reasons. Alright. So, my strategy for this little maze area is just keep hanging to the right and just go in every room clockwise. Hang as close to the wall as possible. This is not the place where we want to have a tea party. So what we have to do for this room is set it on fire. So we'll use Din's fire here. This is also the room with the boss key, and the fire will make the wooden walls burst into flames. I do like how many different tools and techniques we have to use to get through the puzzles and such for the Shadow Temple. That's another thing I do enjoy about it. And when I was a kid, you know, I got stumped by basically everything. Almost everything. I did think of using Din's fire on the wall here before it crushed me. Do 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 do. We got the boss key. Now we just have to find the boss door. Well, we still need another small key, too. And for that, we need to go into this room. And in this room, we have 3 giant-sized coffee cups. And, well, there's another gold Skulltula there, but you can't hear him, and neither can I anymore. I heard him when I was playing it, I swear. And so we're going to throw the bombs in all 3 of them, and I just decide I'm going to pull out my bombs to make things a little bit easier. I think I do end up kind of rotating between the 2, but a little bit easier to use the bombs we have. And I really thought that one was going to make it in. But that one does. And then all we get is money. I thought they put small keys in those giant coffee cups. And I see the gold Skulltula, so we take him out. Even though we're not collecting the actual tokens, but if you want to, there it is. And we go through the final gate, where we have an invisible giant hand thing attacking us. And so he kind of got stuck by the wooden things there, the wooden blocks. The blood is also kind of very creepy and graphic for a Zelda game. Those hands killed me. That wasn't nice. And so we get back up, and by this point, I kind of get the feeling that if we do kill the hands, that it's just going to reform or grow again. Yep, he does. I got really upset about this. Feel my rage. Because now the hands split, and we have to kill them all over again, but this time, I take them all down quickly, so we don't have to deal with that nonsense anymore. And there's the treasure appearing, which you can't really see because Link's head is blocking the camera. Good job, Link. Well, that gets us the small key, and I have just one last look around. Now, I assume that there's a place close by in this section where I can pick up a fairy, or at least that I'm going to. Because it could be useful for the boss. But I'm like, okay, so it's not here, it must be over this way. And there's the giant bird statue face that just kind of face-planted his way to form a bridge for us. It was very thoughtful. And I'm disappointed that neither of those are fairies, and I look around for more potential fairies. I see the heart up there, but we don't need the heart, we need a fairy. But we've come all this way, so we're just going to go on. And we get one final room. How do we cross this room? I have no idea. We'll probably need the hover boots. Oh yeah, I was still looking around for the fairy, and still disappointed that I couldn't find it. Because I thought it would have been in that room, but it wasn't because there's no jars. And I don't know what I plan on doing with this stuff. I think I'd just go up there because I'm still convinced that I'm going to find a fairy. Oh, we're halfway through this video. I should say this is still Late Night Mega in retrospect here. Yes, we had that adventurous boat ride and stuff. There was so much action happening right away. Yeah, so this is a post-commentary. This will fortunately be the last one of these I have to do, at least for this game, and hopefully forever. So yeah, I had some audio issues. My voice and the voice sounded like the, and all the sound effects and such sounded like the Shadow Temple music was warping it. All kind of like slow and creepy, and it wasn't cool. It was distorted, and so I play around there with the hover boots. But then I decided to just go for it because, well, why not? And I'm still looking around, wishing there was a fairy, because a fairy would be really useful. Now I take the hover boots off here. You know, I want to say there was a huge debate about whether or not to use the hover boots for this battle, and this battle is taking place inside the actual Shadow Realm now. It's time to duel again. Okay. And so, we're facing giant pair of hands. And there's the evil shadow phantom beast, Bongo Bongo. You can insert your own boss music here. And so, yeah, I have some hard times hitting him with the arrows, and then his other hand ends up grabbing me and tossing me out onto the toxic floor, which drains me a bit. So the goal with this battle is you have to hit both of his hands with an arrow and get them both kind of stunned. I did it there. And once you do that, he'll open up his face, eye, whatever that is, the part you slash. That's all you need to know. And then he repeats. So you want to avoid the hands, but as you can see, I'm having a hard time actually getting the thing to hit him, and then once I hit the one, I'm so paranoid that the other one's going to be instantly flying at me that I thought I hit it there. I didn't hit it there. I did, and then it kills me. Do. So I have to go out, get a fairy. Oh, and by the way, of course, I did not actually die to him in my last 3-heart minimalist run, but this time I'm going to use the hover boots. You know, some people say it's easier to battle him without the hover boots, so you don't have the hoveriness distracting you when he bongos the floor or whatever. But quite frankly, the hovering gives you enough time, or gives Link enough time to actually focus on the shot instead of shooting over him. So that helps us. I like the hover boots for this battle. So some people don't, some people do. I use the hover boots and I just wreck this guy. And, oh, he comes back and hits me with that chop. But I hit him at the same time with the arrow, so it's all good. Plus I have a fairy. You can see he's closed up in this, you can see he's closed up in that shot. So you can't just shoot him in the face, eye thing, whatever it is. And he conveniently plops down right in front of us, and he's dead. And he will die just as he lived, bongoing. And he has an interesting disappearance scene. This is the only time where you really see him in the shadowy, melty form, kind of like we saw in that scene back in Kakariko Village with Sheik. So a nice touch, but I thought the battle was going to be a bit more than that. And once again, we have to skip the heart container, and just use your imagination and pretend this Shadow Temple music is switching over to the Chamber of Sages music. Or this is the new Chamber of Sages music, because the Shadow Temple is... Okay, no one's falling for that anymore. And there's the Sage of the Shadow Temple, Impa. The boy with the noble Zelda's Ocarina. As I expected, you have come. I am Impa, one of the Sheikah. I am Princess Zelda's caretaker, and I'm also the sage who guards the Shadow Temple. We Sheikah have served the royalty of Hyrule from generation to generation as attendants. However, on that day 7 years ago, Ganondorf suddenly attacked, and Hyrule Castle surrendered after a short time. Ganondorf's target was one of the keys to the Sacred Realm, the hidden treasure of the royal family, the Ocarina of Time. My duty bound me to take Zelda out of Ganondorf's reach. When last I saw you, as we made our escape from the castle, you were just a lad. Now I see that you have become a fine hero. There's nothing to worry about. The princess is safe now. Soon, you'll meet Princess Zelda face to face, and she will explain everything. That is when we, the 6 wise ones, will seal up the evil king and return peace to Hyrule. I have to stay here. You go to Princess Zelda's side and protect her on my behalf. Now I put my power, which should be helpful to you, into this medallion. Yeah, that's all you're getting. There you go. We got the Shadow Medallion. Now, you can do the Shadow Temple or the last temple, which is the Spirit Temple, in either order of each other, but I like to go to Shadow first and Spirit last, because Spirit is my favorite. So with that, I'll see you guys next time, where we go back to normal commentary and normal sound and such, because this isn't appropriate anymore.